Hey guys, it's Gina. Long time no see. I've got the Bargain Bead Box here for August, and it's been so long since I've shared one of these. Trying to get back into the videos, and I'm really trying to minimize the amount of editing I'm doing. So we're gonna try something new, and I'm just gonna go for it. And in real time, like an unboxing should be, we're gonna take a look at the contents together. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what exciting stuff is in here. And by the way, the link to this subscription will be down below, and if I have a coupon code that still works, I will leave that below as well. All right, so this is $22.99 a month, and every month we have a theme. Ooh, Bohemian Nights. That's our theme for this month. You can see there's 21 different items here that are bagged up inside that we're going to take a look at. And so that's, yeah, just a little bit over $1 per little baggie we're going to see. So it's a really great deal, and it includes the findings and the beads in the subscription all in one. And the findings coordinate so you can make a lot of things just from one package. I highly recommend it. So let's go ahead and open this up. I see some aqua and some light gold, a little red, all right, here we go. All sorts of different things in here to look at, and what's really cool is they always include gemstone beads. It's amazing value. All right, let me get my list again. I'll try to go in order. Like I said, this is kind of a new unedited format, so I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. So number one is a 34 by 30 millimeter 18 karat gold plated brass and CZ pendant. That should be pretty easy to locate. Yeah, that's this one right here. Cool. I really like these newer light gold findings. They're just a lot smoother. They're not as brassy. This one's got kind of a square, like geometric theme, which is really cool. And then lots of openings. You guys know I like that because it just means lots of possibilities for some fun, creative offshoots from this pendant. Like you can dangle things on the bottom, you know, connected by some of the other findings. You can even bead inside, you know, with little seed beads in there. That'd be pretty cool. So that is our first item. Great foundation for a beautiful piece of jewelry like a necklace. Next up, we're looking for 2 pieces of 18 karat gold plated brass and cubic zirconia star charms. It's got to be these. Yep. Awesome. So we've got 2 charms that look like they coordinate really well with the pendant. And just like the pendant, we've got that light gold color. They're really smooth. The gold is reflective. They just feel of higher quality than the gold of, you know, a while ago. If you've been around beads for quite some time, these are definitely a step up. And again, those little turquoise or aqua pops in there that coordinate with the pendant. So those could make for some matching earrings maybe. And they have the jump ring included. All right, what else do we have here? So we've got some magnesite. Let me set these down. All right, so getting into some of our beads. We've got a 15-inch strand of 8 millimeter turquoise magnesite. And that would be these guys right here. Nice long strand. That's kind of the main color of this particular month, it looks like. So They look similar to turquoise. They've got a little bit of that dark brownish veining in some of the beads. As you can see, some have a little bit more of that than others, and some are more of a solid turquoise color. And they're pretty smooth and glossy, and there's just so many beads in here you can incorporate in multiple projects. All right, then we have the 6mm synthetic turquoise. That would be this bag. So these look like they're a little bit more matte. Makes sense because it says matte right there. Yeah, okay. So these are the 6mm. They're a little bit smaller than the magnesite we just took a look at. They have some deeper, more like a black veining, it looks like, in these. But the color is very similar to what we just saw. They're just a little bit of a smaller size. And again, really long 15-inch strand there. Okay. Blue agate dyed faceted round beads. So we've got some more stones to take a look at. Those are very pretty. Focus on those close up. They're pretty juicy looking and glossy. They've got the light faceting on them, so not really the sharp angles or anything, but they add to that, I don't know, watery blue color that we see here. A little bit of an extra shine. They're smooth and glossy, and each bead is just a little bit different, like we expect to see in stones because they're more of a natural material. And there's a lot more transparency here, so it'll be a nice balance, I think, with that magnesite and the synthetic turquoise. All right. So next we're looking for the 18-karat gold-plated brass moon phase beads. Let's see. I think that's these. Yep. So we've got some coordinating beads. So they have the phases of the moon. We've got the crescents, you know, all the way to the full moon. You can put those together like you've probably seen in some other beads and jewelry designs. And they've got the single hole, it looks like, going through the center of each of those. And of course you can split these up. You can use them separately. You don't have to use them in that way at all. I just like to think outside the box. I don't know. I like to come up with different things. But yeah, you got some options there. They coordinate with the other gold findings. As we see, they're also very smooth and reflective and have that light gold color. And next we are looking for some rutilated quartz. Rutilated quartz. That's gotta be, I think that's these. Let's see. Yeah, 3mm golden rutilated quartz beads, faceted rounds. Okay. So here we have another long 15-inch strand. And instead of our aquas, this introduces a little bit of a golden tone, kind of like the findings, but in the bead form. And some of them are clear. There's a little white, some brown, caramel colors. They all come together really nicely. You can see the gentle faceting on those as well. And they seem a little bit more frosty, but they do have a bit of sparkle when you move them around. All right, next up is a bag of 8mm star cut carnelian. These are faceted round beads as well, and this looks to be a 7-inch strand. So we've got another pop of color to add to the Bohemian Nights theme. I like that deep burnt orange color. Goes really well with the aqua. There we go. And these are a little bit chunkier. They do have more of the sharper faceted points and add a nice textural element. It'll balance out well, not just with the color of the aqua overall and the gold, but also the shape and texture is pretty cool. So these have some transparency as well. Some are a little bit more opaque. This one's got a little bit of that crystal or white inside. Very nice. All right, so that brings us to the faceted crystal lantern beads in teal iris. That would be these. Adding in some crystal, and these are glass. You get decent quality beads in the Bargain Bead Box. Things like crystal and glass and gemstones. Those are really gorgeous. I love that combination of the deeper kind of cerulean or azure blue and those little flashes of gold and purple with that bit of like an iris type of finish on the lighter teal. That's so pretty. I like, again, how we're getting in some of the faceted crystals to mix in with the other shapes and sizes and colors. It's really a treat for the eyes. I love seeing the bead mat come together just as we're unboxing everything here. All right, next we're looking for some more crystal, some little baby 3x2 millimeter crystal rondelles. These are in a Bohemian Mix. Isn't that fun? They look like little candies. They're not candies, don't eat them. All right, so we've got some light, like a minty green, greenish aqua, some coral, lime green, there's white, a little gray, a really interesting and fun mix of colors here together that you could use together or split up. And they look so fun with the aqua in the background and the gold. So these will be a great addition. And you know, you can always pull out other beads from your bead stash to mix these themes up. You don't have to go with whatever theme you get that particular month, of course. And every month you're gonna get different colors, different finishes of findings, always something different, always a fun surprise. And great if you can get the kids involved too. Very cute. So that is doesn't say how long the strand is, but I'm gonna guess there's probably 80 or so, 80 to 100 beads on this strand. All right. Next up, we have some crescent beads. I just saw those. They're hiding. Okay, so here they are. So we've got the 10 pieces of 14 by 10 millimeter glass crescent beads in champagne. It's cute. So they have a gold dusting that shows up on part of the bead, the rest of it just being a crystal clear glass once again. And you can see, because they're so transparent, that hole that goes right through the center, right there. I could see these combined with those gold or brass moon phase beads. That might be a cool combination. All right, next we've got 10 pieces of 13 millimeter glass moon and star coin beads in steel blue. So we've got some more of the moon theme here that's pressed into these glass beads. Let's see, there's some transparency. As I hold that up, you can see these are very glossy. They also have that hole going through the center, and that pressed design of the moon and the stars shows up on both sides, not just one side. And there's just a little bit of a variation as you look at the beads and the color, that steel blue. I can't tell if it's, I think it's on both sides. Yeah, it's just different for each bead. Some of the beads have a lighter coating and some have more of a heavier coating, and it just depends on where it landed in the process. What else do we have in here? So many different things. We have so many other things too. We're only on 13, which is 20 pieces of 10mm crystal faceted round beads in jade blue. These right here. Beautiful sky blue color. All right. Here we go. Give you a nice close-up on those. That faceting and the sparkle. So these are the largest as far as the size this month, and you can see that they always put so much thought into what they put into these subscriptions. They're awesome about that. You know, we don't get all of just the same size or color. These subscriptions are meant so that you can have the option of putting different things together and actually coming up with finished pieces each month from what you receive. Very nice. Okay. Next up, 2 pieces of 9x7mm 18 karat gold plated brass and CZ moon charms. Let's see, is that, no, 2 pieces. Is it this one? Yeah, this one. So they have the 18 karat gold plating. They're little itty bitty things, but I love that quality, shine and light gold. Once again, they coordinate with the other golds. Long time ago, it was hard to coordinate gold findings. I guess it's still the case sometimes. So, but Bargain Bead Box, they do a really great job at putting their golds together so that you have things that match. And again, theme-wise too, we've got the little moons that show up on one side there, and they are a one-sided charm. They come with the additional jump ring. Would look so cute next to a clasp. And you also have 2 if you wanted to incorporate them in a pair of earrings. Okay, next we have 4 pieces of the 22x16mm 18 gold-plated brass crescent moon links. And by the way, they do have their own shop that is Bead Box Bargains. I always have to think about that for a second. And you can go in their shop, also sign up for their emails. They send out coupons and things throughout the month, but you can get extras from these monthly subscription packages if you wanted more of something, or if you see something here in the unboxing and you didn't get the subscription, then you have the option of going to their store and you can find some of these things there. So that's why you see some of those prices listed on the bag too. So we've got our really shiny moon slices, crescent moons, the links with the loops on each end. So we've got those 2 loops, and then there's also the little opening there, as you can see. So gives us some different options when we're putting these together and using these with other beads or wire or whatever you want to do. And they are the same on both sides. Look how shiny they are. All right, moving along, we've got item 16, a 30x21 18 karat gold plated brass. Is that this guy? Or did I spoil it? No, it is. Gold plated brass chandelier pendant. Okay. So this is actually a pretty generic looking pendant. Like you can definitely use it with the celestial or moon theme, I should say. It goes really well with a lot of these other findings. So you could make a set of something. It's got 4 different spots to use in conjunction with beads and wire to connect this in all sorts of different ways. And again, it's kind of a thin slice, but the plating is really well done, smooth and intact. All right, next up, we have 8 pieces of 10 by 7, 18 karat gold plated stainless steel moon charms. Some more little slices with minimal design elements besides just the shape. So they're kind of subtle, and they have the little cutout spot there on one end for connecting to jewelry. Those would be cute on an anklet or something. Alrighty, so next up, number 18, looks like 100 pieces of 3.5 by 2.5 millimeter faceted cubic spacer beads in the gold tone. And I won't take these out. We get some of these findings that are just great to have on hand. Not as fun to buy sometimes when you're looking for bead supplies and stuff. I know for me, I always like looking at the beads in particular, but I'm always glad to have all these different findings to pull from. So these, like it says, there's 100 pieces, and you can just use them as little spacer beads. I like the fact that they have that cubic shape. They're not just the typical round ones that, you know, you see all over the place. So it's something a little different. And they definitely go along with the color there, the light gold that we see in the other findings. All right. Next up, we've got some bead caps. I won't take these out either, but we have quite a few in the bag. Another 100-piece bag. These are a 6 millimeter size, and they are also pretty thin, but they are very usable and great to have on hand. Next up, we've got the 26 millimeter 18 karat gold plated brass. Yeah, and CZ fold over moon clasp. That would be this. That's got a really great feel to it. All right. I think that just pops open. Yeah. My fingernails are so short right now, but I got it. I got it. Okay. Isn't that lovely? Look at all the little cubic zirconia crystal accent details in different sizes. It's got one there that's a little bit larger. Such a smooth and reflective gold coating. And I really like the mechanism of this clasp. It feels strong. You know, it wasn't awkward to open it up, really. It was pretty easy, but I can tell that it's also very strong. It's gonna hold its own, which is so important. So we've got both of those elements there. And even if you didn't want to use this as a clasp, keep in mind you could use this as something else, as some sort of a pendant element. So have fun with that. All right, we're on our last bag, you guys. We're on bag number 21. And just another classic item that's great to have on hand. We have a meter of 3 by 2 millimeter hypoallergenic stainless steel cable chain. Gotta love the stainless steel. It's gonna retain its color. Also great for those with allergies. It's got a really beautiful, shiny, metallic, smooth coating. coordinates well, and enough here to break up if you wanted to and use in different projects. And even if you wanted to use some of those as little itty bitty jump rings, you could do that as well. You might be able to take the little oval links apart. I've been known to do that before. So lots of ways to get creative with the Bargain Bead Box. I hope you guys enjoyed this unboxing. I want to hear what you think, especially because it's a bit of a different format. I appreciate you going along and trying something new with me, but my hope is it's something that I've definitely learned in the past few years is that I want to do less editing. It's great for time, it's great for authenticity, and it's just more fun. I don't want to spend all my time editing when I can be creative and create more new projects and unbox more fun subscriptions like this with you all. So feel free to leave me a comment down below. Once again, I'll have the link to the subscription below as well, and I may have a coupon code, so check down there for that too. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to give it a big thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel while you're here, and I hope to see you guys again real soon. Thank you all and have a great day. Happy beading.